You helping me iron, Chicky? You being helper? Oh, there's another helper. Don't get your black hairs on my pants. Or the white ones either. It's so cute. Oh my god, look at that little face. So cute. This is so cute. Look at those skies. Hey friends, it's Wednesday, I think. Let me check. Let's see. No, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's the end of another school day, a long one, and you know. So, I haven't done any reading. I've done a lot of working, and not all of it pleasant, but some of it pleasant, most of it pleasant. I'm sorry. I had a little defiant moment. My last class, so frazzled. But anyway, I got new plants from the FFA plant sale every spring. That's Future Farmers of America, if you're not aware. But yeah, I got a geranium. They were only accepting cash, so I had $17 and spent it all. I got peppers. These are sweet banana, and I also have bell peppers, but they look the same right now. And some tomatoes. Early girl. I love to watch peppers and tomatoes grow. Anyway, so yeah, no reading, but I'm going to be reading Tim Winton's Island Home for Aussie April. Hopefully we'll finish this in the next couple of days. I got little tabs because I need to tab it for the Book Naturalist Book Club discussion, which is on Saturday, this Saturday and next. So yeah, I decided I need to start using my cute tabs and not hoarding them. So yeah, I think I'm gonna head home and, you know, decompress. I'm gonna go for a run at a different state park because, you know, they've been flooded. I think they might be dry now, but I'm gonna try a different one anyway. So that's all I got for now. Okay. Chat with you soon. Okay, I bought some books for the little free library, and it looks like they really need it. So I should come more often. There. So much more cheerful, right? Yay. Squirrel. Hey, little buddy. Bye-bye, buddy. Aww. They have such nice natural landscaping this year. They're doing a great job. All of this is native. So pretty. Oh, those are the blue-eyed Mary that I saw on Sunday. The wildflowers are still my favorites, though. I mean, look at that. The ants love them too. Okay, here we go. Better late than never. It's not quite sunset. Close. Having fun, Chicky? Okay. Where were we? Focus. Oh. Bird. Okay, 1988. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Good morning, world. Good morning, friends. Trying to find a good lighting spot in my room this morning, but there really isn't one, is there? Anyway, I got 80 pages read in Island Home by Tim Winton last night and really enjoyed it. Tim Winton is a very intelligent man. I can just tell from his writing that he is such a passionate individual. He's passionate about world travel. He's lived his life in so many different places with his family, and he's passionate about nature and the environment. He's very well versed and studied in just the science behind all of that, environmental issues, and he's very passionate about Australia, just to the point where you can see how big he sees it and how humbling he feels about it, humbled. So yeah, this is good. So good. There was one part last night before I fell asleep that poop was brought up several times. Ooh, dramatic lighting now. Yeah, poop. So, but that little few pages was when he was like 12 or 13. So it totally made sense. And I have the sense of humor of a 12-year-old boy, so I was cool with it. Anyway, I'm gonna find a passage or two to read for you today. So, and keep reading. So I'll check back in. Okay. In many ways, Paris was an easy city to be in. There was beauty everywhere you looked. We'd never lived in an apartment before, and having to contend with the sounds and smells of others so close above and beside us was strange and exciting. But as winter set in and the fountains froze in candied cascades, and we were forced to retreat indoors, there was something pent up in our little boy that couldn't be ignored. I felt it in myself, this churning agitation, and didn't understand it until months later, running madly uphill in an Irish hailstorm. For while I'd assumed our mounting mutual fractiousness was the result of cultural fatigue and the perpetual bafflement at local customs and manners, the real source was physical confinement and an absence of wildness. I grew up on the world's largest island. The bald fact slips from consciousness so easily I'm obliged to remind myself now and again. But in an age where a culture examines itself primarily through politics and ideology, perhaps my forgetting something so basic should come as no surprise. Our minds are often elsewhere. The material facts of life, the organic and concrete forces that fashion us, are overlooked as if they're irrelevant or even mildly embarrassing. Our creaturely existence is registered, measured, discussed, and represented in increasingly abstract terms. Maybe this helps explain how someone like me, who should know better, can forget he's an islander. Australia the place is constantly overshadowed by Australia the national idea, Australia the economic enterprise. There's no denying the power of these conceits. I've been shaped by them, but they are hardly the only forces at work. I'm increasingly mindful of the degree to which geography, distance, and weather have molded my sensory palette, my imagination, and expectations. The island continent has not been mere background. Landscape has exerted a kind of force upon me that is every bit as geological as family. Like many Australians, I feel this tectonic grind, call it a familial ache, most keenly when abroad. When I was born in 1960, there was about a square kilometer for every person on the island continent. 55 years later, the population has doubled, but density is still exceptionally low. Despite a peopled history of 60,000 years, Australia remains a place with more land than people, more geography than architecture, but it is not and never has been empty. Since people first walked out of Africa and made their way down to this old chunk of Gondwana, when it was not yet so distant from Asia and the rest of the world, it has been explored and inhabited, modified and mythologized, walking and sung. People were chanting and dancing and painting here tens and tens of thousands of years before the advent of the toga and the sandal. This is true antiquity. Few landscapes have been so deeply known, and fewer still have been so lightly inhabited. 2 centuries after this way of living was disrupted forever, Australia is still a place where there is more landscape than culture. Our island resists the level of containment and permanent physical presence that prevail in most other continents. It probably always will. I'm not saying Australia has no culture or that its cultural life is inconsiderable, but most Asian and European countries can be defined in human terms. Mention of India, China, Italy, France, or Germany will quickly bring to mind human actions and artifacts. But at first blush, Australia connotes something non-human. Of course, the genius of indigenous culture is unquestionable, but even this is overshadowed by the scale and insistence of the land that inspired it. Geography trumps all. Its logic underpins everything. Along the south coast where I spent my adolescence, the air boils with Gothic clouds. There, the sky's commotion renders you so feverish, your thoughts are closer to music than language. In the desert, the night sky sucks at you star by star, galaxy by galaxy, until you begin to feel you could fall out into it at any moment. In Australia, the sky is not the safe, enclosing canopy it appears to be elsewhere. It's the scantiest membrane imaginable, barely sufficient as a barrier between earthbound creatures and eternity. Standing alone at dawn on the Nullarbor, or out on a salt pan the size of a small country, you feel a twinge of terror because the sky seems to go on forever. It has perilous depths and oceanic movements. In our hemisphere, the sky stops you in your tracks, derails your thoughts, unmoors you from what you were doing before it got you by the collar. Fabulous fishing trip. Must mark that. That's the other thing about this book, even though he's, talking about Australia and how profound it is, I am just really feeling growing up in Florida, and the wildness there, and that sense of, pride in your home landscape and creatures and flora. I'm really relating to this book. It's a good show. We're all mesmerized. Where's that bird? Oh, there it is. Poor guy. Chickie's on Pico duty, babe. He knows she's gonna bop him as soon as he starts scratching the door.
He wants to play with him too, but he's
too much of an old man. He's not doing it because she's up there. He knows what she's gonna do.
Are they over there?
Yeah, she gets up on the dresser here and waits for him. As soon as he scratches, she bops him. Now he's gonna take it out on Moo Moo. Crabby old man. He's gonna see if you'll let him out the back door now. I know he was gonna look at Knack Knack. Get him, Chickie. This is your opportunity. You don't want to bonk him? You're supposed to bonk him on camera, Chickie, so I can show the world that you're not afraid of that grumpy kitty. Really? Look at her little face. Oh, God. You're so funny. Now they're watching Moo Moo's antics. that exciting, Chicky? So much going on. Moo Moo, you are a bad kitty.
What did you do him?
Look at her. She's trying to get up there. I swear. What you think about that, Chicky? Chicky, Chicky.
Something real stupid.
Chicky, Chicky. Y'all playing? They're so cute. They're such cute babies. Had enough of that, did you, Moo Moo? You gonna come see me? Oof.
Oh.
It's a Moo Moo. It's a Moo Moo. Oh. All right, I'm gonna read my book, guys. This is so good. Aussie April is just off to a great start. What's going on down here? She bothering you, guy? Good morning, friends. Sweater weather again. Oh, sad. No, it's fine. It's fine. I just won't weed the dandelions for a couple days until it warms up again. I am making tremendous progress in Island Home. I have can you hear my heater going? I have 60 pages left, so I think I'm going to finish today. I'm super excited to pick out my next Aussie April read because I've had 2 5 stars in a row. I am just loving this. So I tabbed a couple little things, the little ears peeking out. So yeah, one chapter was on a fishing trip, which I loved reading. It reminded me of my dad and brothers in Florida, which I think I said yesterday. I'm really connecting with this book, even though it's Australia. I'm just connecting with that wild Florida feeling. And then this chapter, The Corner of the Eye, was a really nice historical look at Australia, but kind of from the viewpoint of colonialism and the First Nations peoples and the interactions between them, and from a naturalist viewpoint as well, which I really, really love. So I'll probably try to read you a little snippet from that as well this afternoon. And then last night, the chapter that I read was kind of his views on writing and how he became a writer and how he just knew as a teenager that, or even younger, that he was going to be a writer, and he just made that happen. And yeah, I am 100% going to read more Tim Winton. This is my first nonfiction, so I want to explore his fiction. So let me know if any of you have read any Tim Winton and have a suggestion of where I should start, because I really like his writing style and I like his philosophy on life. Yeah, so let me know. Okay, I'm gonna get into work. Okay, this one is one of the instances where I really relate to Tim Winton's thought processes. Much of what we learn about the objects of our attention in the natural world seems to come from out of the corner of the eye. When you're not trying to dig a place up with your eyes, a feeling of what's present will creep up on you, seep into vision and consciousness. Sometimes seeing is about duration and experience. I mean, that's just really the way I feel. I love it. And then I really like his even-handed approach to people. So over here, he's talking about one of the colonists, the resident magistrate, Alexander Colley, whose curiosity and openness was almost a match for that of the Noongar statesman, which was one of the First Nations peoples that he befriended. Mokare, which is the Noongar statesman, died in 1831, and 4 years later, the magistrate, Alexander Colley, was buried beside his friend as he'd requested. And then over here, in those all too rare instances when the interlopers actually understood the value of Aboriginal counsel, which after all drew upon the research and development of countless generations, they gave nothing in return. Just as they'd come to seize land and game and access by main force, they grabbed information without a thought for notions of exchange, establishing a sorry pattern of ignorance and contempt that endured well into the next century, to the great and lasting cost of millions of Australians, black and white. But then again, there were always outriders and eccentrics who saw beyond the bounds of their European inheritance. Some newcomers responded immediately and instinctively to Australia. They approached its unutterable strangeness and curiosity with delight, a source of wonder. Many of them had the good fortune to meet and learn from Aborigines whose pride in the wisdom of their own culture and whose reverence for country endured. It's a good book. Very informative, but so beautifully written and, you know, just connected. You guys, this book I loved so much. Oh, so good, so good. So yay! Another Aussie April read in the books, so to speak. And now I'm going to weed my lovely wildflowers. Those are going to be evicted. Yeah, so thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye!